Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day in which my brain is having difficulty waking up. I'm not quite sure why. I slept pretty well. It wasn't really hot. I just had the sheet on me and the fan blowing on me. So by around 5 o'clock, I was starting to get cold. But if I rolled over or just tucked myself up, I couldn't even feel the fan and I was warm. So I slept pretty good. But my brain is just not waking up. And my spider, I'm saying my spider because she's acting kind of weird this morning up there in the wall. At first she was like tucked into a little ball, so I blew on her from a distance to make sure she was still alive, and she went, do a big aggressive pose, and it was like, I laughed because I was like, ooh, aren't you dangerous? But now she's like wiggling and doing weird stuff up there, so I'm hoping she's not going to fall. Spiders are just like anybody else. They make mistakes and fall. But now that I've done the spider thing, let's go on with the Shelton, Washington Weather Plague Rat and Spider Report. And I'll just continue with the spider report. Down in the basement, down in the bathroom, it was amazing. Because I had to go to the bathroom. And I was down there in the bathroom, and I've mentioned before, I've got one of those tiny-bodied, long-legged spiders that's up in the corner. Now, again, I don't know if it's the same spider. Could be just the same species, and the one has traveled on, but another one has said, hey, I like the webs. The point being, even if the spider is gone, there is a spider presence. Well, as I was down there this morning and just watching her, you come in the side door here, and then on this wall, up in this corner, is where the spider was. There's the medicine cabinet with mirrors, and then down below that, there's the cabinet with the sink and all that. Over to the side, there's a towel rack. And so I'm watching her, and she's up in the corner, and then all of a sudden she just goes, just all the way down, just fairly quickly, all on a line, straight down, all the way down to the floor. I was like, whoa, what on earth are you doing, little one? And then she crawled right back up to the towel rack. Okay, you went down to the floor, now you come halfway back up. And then she crawled all the way across on the underside of the medicine cabinet, and then crawled up the side of the medicine cabinet to make it up to this corner. That's a lot of work. She could have just gone, there's webs that go across there. I can see them on the ceiling. So instead, she went all the way down, halfway back up, over, and then up. Okay, I guess it made sense to her. And then over in the window, I've got a couple spiders there that are wandering around and doing. They're not wandering, they're moving in their webs and they're doing stuff, and that's good. Definitely a thumbs up. They're eating bugs, they're paying their way, they're paying their rent. Definitely a thumbs up on that. Plague rat report. Yeah, once again, people downtown out in public not wearing masks. I wear mine when I'm not smoking, and so I do that. Yay. But a lot of people don't, and they're just shoving unsanitized carts into the sanitized cart section, and it's the workers doing that, not just customers. So yay. But on the weather report, I went walkies last night, and it was warm-ish, not super warm, not super cold. It was pleasant. There was a bit of a breeze, and it was rainy, on and off. Aside from the rain part, it was pleasant. I liked the temperature. I still went walking on the railroad tracks and all around town, and so that was nice. And then came back, and that was good. My nose. Always, I start recording and it feels like I've got like 10,000 cat hairs clinging to my nose. Yesterday, oh my gosh, so much has happened. Yesterday, we have transformers that hang on the telephone poles all over in Shelton. That's standard. It happens everywhere you go because, it's got to do stuff to the power as it goes out to the various houses. We're always having those damn things explode. Every single day you can hear a boom! Off in the distance somewhere is one of the transformers explodes. And I've actually seen one. I was walking once at night, coming back to my brother-in-law's garage, and with a boom, there was a shower of sparks out of one of the transformers, and it died. So, yeah. But I'm sitting here, my video that's supposed to be for my 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time is rendering. It was already late because I'd been having sleep issues. I ate some food at 9:30 and then I fell asleep for 2 hours, struggling, trying to wake up, unable to. Finally at 11:30 I was able to get up out of the chair and then right around 12 start recording, so that right around 1 o'clock I was finally able to render. And then about 1/3 of the way into it, boom! Outside, power goes off. Yay. So that took forever for everything to come back on. Because my computer died in such fashion that it went offline, my video editor, Wondershare, Filmora, it couldn't connect to verify who I was, so I couldn't render, or it was going to render it and put a huge watermark across it, so I had to sign into my account, but I couldn't because the power went out, so the cable modem, which takes about 10 minutes to boot up. So finally I'm connected, I sign into my video editor, I start rendering my video, I fall asleep again. And then I wake up to discover that while I was asleep, another transformer had exploded and the power went out again. So it's 4 o'clock and my computer's dead and I gotta turn it back on and I start rendering again. Finally, around 6 o'clock it finishes and I start uploading. YouTube now has a system for their monetization checks where if you do have to self-rate every single video you upload. It keeps telling me I have high accuracy, and then periodically it'll scrub that out and then say, okay, you need to self-rate 20 videos accurately, and then we will use your input to help rate your videos. Until that time, we have to do a monetization check. We're going to check your video and make sure it's safe. It usually takes within 20 minutes. And then the monetization check will be done. Once again, mine got scrubbed. It's happened like 3 or 4 times now. I don't know if this happens to everybody. I mean, changing of algorithms. But once again, I went from, the day before just saying self-rating, and then instantly, as soon as it was done, being monetized, to saying it's fine, and it does the monetization check. It's not done within 20 minutes. It takes almost an hour for every one of my 20-minute vlogs. So, around 7 o'clock, finally, the monetization check is done, and I can go live with my video. What a fun day that was. It was a fine day past that. It's just that was really, really kind of irritating. And then this one I wanted to talk about too. There was, I was on Twitter, and I saw this thing that had been retweeted. They do meta-studies, and meta-studies are fine. What they'll do is, if you want to try to do a meta-study of, say, the effects of, substance X on the human body, you take a look at all the studies that have been done on that substance, and then try to find the common theme between them to distill it down. And that's a meta-study of the studies to come up with a common thing. They did this on cannabis, and then CNN reported on it. The CNN reporting was horrible. The actual study itself, I'm not a scientist, but it doesn't seem all that good to me. And the reason is, usually when you distill down a meta-study, you come down with a common theme on a lot of these points. The study didn't seem to do that. They said, oh, these reports suggest this, but these reports which don't suggest this, and this other section which does not suggest this or this suggests this. So there's no one standard big thing it's boiling down to. They say it may be bad for your heart, as bad as cigarettes. That's what this group suggests. This doesn't, this doesn't, this doesn't, but this group over here suggests that it does. This group over here suggests another bad thing. So the only thing that really boiled down to was, if you smoke cannabis, check with your doctor, because it's a drug and it can affect other drugs. That was the big boiling point. Not that it's bad for you, as the big headlines were. Not that there's a big overriding point, but that check with your doctor if you're smoking it because it's a drug and it can affect other drugs. Duh. In fact, everything we take into our bodies is effectively a drug. That's why if you're taking drugs, you have to make sure to not eat certain types of foods. Because foods which have effects on the body can affect how drugs work in your body. So, yeah. It's a nice flawed study and horrible reporting by CNN. Thumbs up on that. Let's see what else I have down here. Oh, aside from an itchy neck. There was something that I really did want to talk about, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to because I forgot what it was and I didn't write it down my list here. Now, this is just a really stupid thing. I just think it's kind of interesting. Tradition is just peer pressure from dead people. I don't really think that tradition is really important unless you choose to go with it, but you shouldn't be forced to. The chef's hat is actually quite a fascinating study of status, kitchen status, because the height of the hat indicates the height, well, not the height, but the status of the cook in the kitchen. And the number of pleats in the hat is also indicative of how many recipes you've mastered. Now, not many restaurants use the chef's hat anymore. Most of them just use, hair nets and such like that. But for those that use the hat, yeah, there's a hell of a lot that it actually means. And weirdly enough, as much as I don't actually like tradition, just checking on the spider, I don't really like tradition, I actually kind of think that's neat. I actually kind of like that, with the chef hat being that. Just remember though, peer pressure from dead people. After all, I found out only this year that there was in my bloodline a 300-year-long tradition where the firstborn male child is named William. And I was the last person in that 300-year-long tradition because I didn't know about it. And so my firstborn child is named Braim. There's 300 years of tradition tossed away. And it can't be fixed because my genetic father's second child can't be called William. And so there went that tradition. And I feel kind of bad about that, but on the other hand, it's like peer pressure from dead people. I want to name my child what I want to name my child. I don't really care what you want me to name my child unless I happen to prefer that. If I like tradition, if I like the name, that's fine too. But in my view, again, just peer pressure from dead people. So that's okay. I'll take it into consideration, but my wife probably would have still liked the name that we chose, in which case, thumbs up for that. Let's see. The only other thing I've really gotten down on my list is I have still been working on, in my head, when I go walkies, the Clown's Head Motel story, because now I've decided that that's what the actual name of the motel is going to be, that the character running the place, where I've decided to start it off as like you find out the name of the main character. He goes by Sid when he's had his face paint tattooed on, so he doesn't have to apply the clown grease paint. He's got a cannabis habit where he's always smoking cannabis. He likes his motel. It's got portraits of clowns on the walls. Yeah, it's alone and isolated, but it's not separated and not cut off, and he likes that. But it starts off where the main character is Sid. He's busy feeling kind of confined and in the darkness, stretching the muscles with great leathery wings and looking around the universe with opening up 50 extra eyes to take a look, and then closing those extra 50, looking down with 2 in the darkness and focusing downward, and then looking up from the ledger on the desk. Because having to be human is like, oh, so claustrophobic. But Sithwart actually enjoys it. Likes people. Likes its motel. Thumbs up for that. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And even though I count, I don't know why I pound in my head now when I do this one, but I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and more. I am amazed I can remember anything at all. So, we have Fangirl001, thumbs up and thank you, and Kathy Kit's Cat, leg cramps suck. Thank you very much. Ice Damon, good to see you. Rap Don Juan, thumbs up. And then we have Danny Munoz, I sure hope I pronounced that correctly, thumbs up and thank you. OMG is Pooley, good to see you in the comments. And Verti, thumbs up and thank you. Joe Jerde, I'm not so sure, but thank you very, very much. And Irrelevant, thumbs up and thank you. We have T-T113, thumbs up and thank you. We have Puppy Skills, greatly appreciated. Nathan Johnson, thumbs up and thank you. Bua Kamoli, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Little Rosie ASMR, thumbs up and thank you. Colin Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. And we have, good golly, Miss Molly, Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up and thank you. And On, thumbs up. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. Pandora NYC1, good to see you in the comments, and I hope things get better. And then we have Natalie Madariaga, I'm nowhere close. Thank you very, very much. So I just embarrassed myself badly if I tried to pronounce it anymore. Little Jeep, thumbs up. Rafaela Souza, I have no ideas. I'm probably at 20? Call it 20. I have no ideas. I am so lost. I'm sorry. T, greatly appreciated. The Velocity Show, thumbs up and thank you. Jackie James, greatly appreciated. Lizette Armonta, oh my gosh, I am so lost. I have no ideas where I am in my count. ALV14, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Russian Timing. Thumbs up and thank you all, no matter how many I actually counted to and thanked. I thank you all so very, very much. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, and dealing with real people, and that is a very, very good thing. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food. It would be cool if you could check it out. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated, and I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. A definite thumbs up. Well, I have this video. I have another video to edit and render. Yes, the second half of my Terraria video, definitely a thumbs up. So I got stuff to do, and it's Saturday, isn't it? So no phone calls to make, just have to be careful, try not to fall asleep too much. Thumbs up for that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And of course, the standard spiel. Please practice your social distancing. Please wear a mask. Please practice self-care. These are hard times for everyone globally. Practice your survival. Definitely. And of course, Black Lives Matter, damn it. And justice for every single person that the jackbooted, brown-shirted thugs keep killing. Because they don't care. They hate us. Take care, and I will see you, my friend.